This guy has over 700 solar clients, and he's like all doing YouTube ads. That's why I was like, this is crazy.
How's the week going? Tell me a little bit about what you're up to these days.
Just, dude, I'm doing a lot of white labeling for different agencies. I also have a few of my own clients too. That's basically it. Now I'm just trying to crack YouTube because I know it's going to be super in demand for different niches. So I'm trying to make sure that works. Right now I'm getting a super high cost for that. Do you know who Solar Exclusive is?
I've never heard of Solar Exclusive, no.
They're like a solar company that's doing YouTube ads for solar clients. So I'm trying to like basically do the same thing as them, get like $30 leads and provide leads to my clients through YouTube instead of Facebook. Because Facebook, the leads are like, they're okay, but they're not the best. I know YouTube leads are better.
Okay.
So right now I'm getting I have 2 accounts that I'm running YouTube ads for. So one of them I'm getting $100 leads, which is insane. That's too much.
Okay.
And then another one I just started running yesterday with a new survey and a new video, and I'm getting, I think, $20 leads.
Okay, that's
well,
pretty good.
The thing is, it might be inaccurate, though, because the pixel was wrong 2 days ago, and then I started running it again, and I got 4 leads in one day, but I can't figure out which ad set it's from because the pixel was messed up. So, like, I just wanted to see if you could just, like, go over my campaigns and then just check out. Because what I was doing is this first, is I was targeting solar keywords, and it wasn't working too well for me. So then I started doing infinity audiences, and I did homeowner, and then homeowner is the one that blew up. That's what was working for the other account.
That makes sense.
So it's weird that the infinity audience is working with homeowners instead of the keyword, because they usually say, because I'm in a YouTube ads course right now, actually, but it's for courses. It's not for like to do it for clients.
Okay.
So it's to sell courses.
What's the course out of curiosity?
It's called Iron by Alex Becker.
Okay. No, I don't know him. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I just launched a course myself, so I'm going to be running YouTube ads for that. But the thing is, for doing it for clients, it's different. You know what I mean? It's not the same as like selling a course.
Right.
So,
okay.
So yeah, I think.
Cool. So I think if you have your Google Ads account, I mean, that's the benefit of doing like the video calls like this is so you could, if you want to, you can pull up your Google Ads account. Maybe it seems like that's where you kind of want to start. Sounds like you want me to actually just like go into your account and look at it over with you.
Yeah, kind of just check it out, and maybe you could be like, okay, man, like, you know, there's something here that's wrong or something. But I think I got it down, though. Right today is when I got those 4 leads on the new account when I ran the new survey and then the new video and everything. And then I did the homeowners targeting Infinity. That's when things actually started working today. Okay. But I've been trying to do this for a month already. I've hired somebody else to help me out. He got me started with $100 leads, and then now I figured it out to get $30. But I'm going to pull it up so you can just like look at it. What do you do? Do you have an agency or something?
So I have my own social media agency, and we run Facebook and YouTube ads primarily for our clients.
That's exactly what I'm doing. And the thing is, it's super like different. And I feel like clients are going to want to do something that's different than what everyone else is doing. So like if I pitch them YouTube, they'd rather do YouTube than do what everyone else is doing, which is Facebook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like some business owners, though, still YouTube is kind of new for them. So it's, you know, you have to sell it, but we're getting really good results. So it's not really hard for me to sell it when I have case studies. And I'm happy to share one of those too if you want any case studies that we have after the call.
Awesome. Can you see my screen by any chance?
Yeah, I can. I can see that you're in your Google Ads account.
All right, cool. I'm going to show you the one that's actually the test campaign, which is getting $100 leads. I just made a new ad that's the same targeting as the other one today. It's going to set at 12 a.m.
Okay.
But I'll go in and show you like what everything like looks like. Are you doing mostly infinity audiences or keywords?
So I always start with keywords first. I would say
that's what I did too.
I would say like it depends on the keyword. So that's where like I think I told you, right? Like we do a keyword analysis. I do that in 8 hours, and I have my own like process for that. Outside of keywords, the next thing I would say actually probably before affinity, just recently am I getting good results with this, is placement campaigns. If you haven't.
Wow, it's weird. I ran placements, but like it wouldn't run. And that was in the program that I'm in. Yeah. The guy's like, yeah, sometimes placements will run, but I have something called TubeSift that I'm going to start using.
Okay.
You probably know what TubeSift is, right?
I've heard of TubeSift and I've seen it, but I don't use it for our company. But there's a couple tools like that, and there's definitely some benefits to having TubeSift.
Yeah, he was saying it's like super good, and the owners in the group and stuff, and like he's saying like you could do keyword research, and it's like the keyword research and like the placement research is super good on it. So like I'm gonna test it out. Yeah, and go from there with it.
But I would say for you on that question, the three different campaigns that we're getting the best results for are keywords, placements, and affinity. So you're doing a good job that you're already doing affinity and keywords. And we normally see if you get the affinity dialed in, then it can perform better than the keywords because it's more on the audience at that point instead of the micro moment. I'm searching for this answer right now. Yeah, so first thing I would say, just looking at the numbers, this is the campaigns right here. So first thing immediately that before it like catches my eye on anything here is the click-through rate. Like your click-through rate is less than 1%, so that's not very good. You really want to get your click-through rate, like if you can get that click-through rate above 2%, you might be looking at $5 to $10 leads. Like
that's crazy.
Because the issue right now with that is you know what that means when your click-through rate is 0.64 or lower is that your ads or the keywords you're doing keywords there. That means that the keywords that you're using are not relevant to what you're offering. Like there's a disconnect there of your video ad doesn't match the keywords. So I guess the next question would be me watching kind of like what's the video look like?
Does this make any sense though? Because we're targeting solar keywords that are low search volume.
No, that doesn't make sense. Low search volume?
Yeah, so it's like let me show you the keywords. So like they're like lower search volume. They're not like high search volume keywords.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like just keywords like this. I guess these are the ones that are working the best though.
Right. So I would say that's probably the easier solution now that I've seen this is you need to have high search volume and high competition. That's what you're going for. So like, are you targeting just the United States? What's the geographic location for this?
So that's the problem is I'm just targeting their location, their area. Let's see what the area. So it's California and Rhode Island. Okay.
So yeah, you've got statewide campaigns. So you're definitely going to need more like trafficked high competition keywords because you're just not going to get enough volume. Even if it's not the like right customer, just like getting it in the door and then you layer on retargeting. That's really kind of like how you want to structure your keywords is high competition, high volume. So I guess I would like challenge you to go back on this immediately and say, put all of those keywords right there, that list into the keyword planner. Do you know how to use the keyword planner?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. So put all of those keywords into the keyword planner and go and put this into a spreadsheet and put to the, the right of this like raw data, put the search volume of these. So you know how many people are searching for each of those keywords. I guarantee you if you go do another keyword analysis, you might be looking at 10 times the amount of search volume.
Oh, thank you. 10 times the amount of search volume?
Yeah, because those are I can just look at that. I can, without even me going to Google Ads right now, I can tell you you're using 4 or 5 words. That's a very long tail specific keyword. The amount of people that are probably searching for that is probably, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we can look. Why don't you type in your number one, buying a house with solar panels. So go to Keyword Planner and let's just like put that in as an example.
See here what we got.
Because maybe that's really the quick fix for you in all of this. It's just getting the right keywords.
I think it could be that too. To be honest with you. I feel like, dude, I'm so close. Like I'm like right on the ballpark of just hitting it. You got to see the other one. I'm going to show you the other one after this. But like I'm like so close.
Yeah. Okay. Get results. And you've got United States right now. So go in your area, locations at the top. And it's next to English, yeah. And then type in your states.
I think it's Beverly Hills. And so he didn't put the full California, which kind of messed me over. But that's the only thing, too, is like I feel like if there's not like a lot of places, it's harder, right? Like it's not like.
Right, target. And then I would delete United States and then save. Okay, so look at that. So you got 10 people every month searching for your number one conversion, which, I mean, here's a good thing. you got 8 conversions, so maybe you got 8 of the 10. That's pretty good, right?
Yeah. That's probably why it's so. That's probably why it's so high right now, right? Because it won't. Basically, it's so high right now because they just have anyone else to go after, you know?
Right. So, I mean, look at the ones that it gave you right there. Like, probably try that other one, that buy solar panel at the top right there, that's high and it's 10. Like, that is a better keyword when you look at that, because it's where it says keyword ideas, like scroll down. Yeah, that first one, right. Buy that keyword, you can highlight over it or extend out the column. You can grab it at the top.
Can I extend it?
Go to the top. Yeah, go to the top where it says keyword by relevance. At the top. Yeah, and then on the right on the bar, click on the bar. Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I couldn't figure it out.
Well, there you go. You got it. So now it says, see, buy solar panels for home. And that's a high competition keyword, meaning that advertisers are paying for that because those are converting to sales, or those are converting to conversions. So I would say immediately, if you don't have that keyword, that's a good keyword for you. It might even perform better than the one you have. But what I'm trying to have you realize in this simple exercise is that you've got 10 people every month that you're targeting. That's such a small audience, right?
That's crazy.
Like, if you're, so you got to get a bigger audience, right? So I would go back up to the top of the keywords. Well, save that keyword, highlight it for yourself. Get that first one. That's definitely.
Can I add these? Can I add this in randomly and it won't mess up my campaign?
Yeah, you can go ahead and add it right now. Yeah.
Or cool. Let me do that then really quick. I have to go back. Where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, but I live in Denver, Colorado now.
Oh, nice. I heard it's amazing there.
Yeah, you've never been here?
That's cool. No, I never been. My brother's been there. He's been to, I think, the Red Rocks Music Festival. Is that where it is?
Yeah, Red Rocks is the big music venue here. Yeah, go to keywords on the left. Then you can just add it there, the plus.
Should I delete the ones that are not performing too, or no?
Yeah, I mean, I would say once a keyword, like if it hasn't converted, depends on the ad spend. We can go through them.
All right, cool.
Save. Yeah, that's a good one, I think. So looking at these, if none of them have views, I would probably turn them off.
None of them have views, turn them off. So which one's going to tell has views? Oh, right here.
So see, yeah, if you want to, at the views at the top, you know, where I showed you how you can drag the bars and stuff, you can just actually click views and it will filter it. So click on views, and now we'll put it in ranking order of, you know, most amount of views to the bottom views.
It's sweet. So you're running all YouTube, all your clients are all YouTube clients, or some are Facebook?
50% of our clients are on YouTube, 80% are on Facebook, and 25% are on Google. And those are the 3 things that we do for our clients mainly, is Google, Facebook, and YouTube.
Which one do you see the better results for?
YouTube.
Oh yeah, everyone says that. Everyone has been saying that. It's crazy.
So yeah, I think all those ones at the bottom, man, I mean, those aren't even getting watched, right? So you're just kind of, they're not getting any traction. There's not enough search volume maybe, or, you know, they're just not being shown. So it's better to turn those off and at least, you know, pause them or remove them, whatever you want to do, but at least give your other keywords the opportunity to get some more ad spend so you can get some more data on the ones that are actually being watched.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's see, Lowe's, 9 keywords, pause, perfect. Launching a course, like in that course I'm in, the guy says, oh, use one keyword only that's high search volume. And the guy I had his consulting with, I don't know if you know who Cameron is, but he's like a big guy in like the YouTube space too. And he basically said that you're supposed to stack a bunch of keywords together. Like, I don't know. It's like, do you think it's better to stack a bunch of keywords or just like put like the keyword that's big, one keyword, and test it like that?
Yeah, I mean, like I told you, my strategy is mainly high search volume, high competition, because that's best of both worlds, right? That means a lot of people are searching for it and a lot of advertisers are paying for it, right?
Yeah.
So let's go through that real quickly, because that will be, we can add some better keywords, I think, than what you have. So let's go to Keyword Planner again. And if you want, I can show you kind of how to do this on my end, and I can shoot you over the spreadsheet if you want to just see how I kind of do this real quickly, and I could share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
So like when I do keywords, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you like what your 3, main keywords are to describe your product or services. So like solar leads, solar panels, maybe solar home,
solar energy,
right? That's probably good enough just for an initial kind of like, but this is what I do is I bucket these into themes, and then I kind of like see what they are. So like, I mean, look at this. These are pretty good search patterns, but let's see your area, because that's really what matters. Rhode Island. Then what did you say? Beverly, California?
Beverly Hills, the first one.
Yeah, save. Okay, so like solar panels, have you not been using that keyword?
I tested it, but it didn't work for some reason. Like I tested like a bunch of them, but it didn't work.
All right. Well,
I think with this new survey that I'm using for the other account I'm going to show you after, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it could have been my survey. Because the survey I'm using right now is kind of ugly, and the other one is nicer.
Right. Well, I would say like just in this initial like quick little thing, like this is the type of volume that you need. I mean, you're doing like a local state level. So you want to think about, okay, I need to get at least probably 500 plus. Like think about if you had 500 people every month and you made 10 sales from that. That's pretty good, right? It's like a sales game. And so like what I would do is I would bucket the theme. So this is like one theme. I would download these keywords in a CSV file, and then I would come in and I would say what those keywords were. So just come back here. Solar leads, solar home, solar panels, solar energy. Grab those guys, put them in a tab. Come in here, file, import, upload.
Are you running surveys for your YouTube ads?
That's kind of a decent approach. I guess it just depends. Like for survey, you're not doing a value offer. It's more of like a quiz at that point, right? They're just filling in information.
That's what it is. Yeah, quiz.
Yeah, I mean quizzes.
Exactly.
I know that quizzes have worked. We don't do a lot of quiz. I do a lot of value offers, like freebies, giveaways. Collecting leads. Even email newsletter, case studies.
So you're just basically like name, email, phone number on one page. They just fill it out, click send, go in. They click like enter after putting their name, email, phone number, and that's it, right?
Name, email, phone number, and then maybe city and state. And I'm giving them something after they fill that out. So yeah, 5 to 6 fields. And so that's what I'll do in a landing page, right? Like I'll do a lead generation. The video will go to a landing page. The landing page will have the same YouTube ad video so that it's on the landing page, or it's minor altered to just say, click the button and, fill out the form. Then they go to a form page, they fill out the form, then they go to a confirmation page. That's kind of like the basic funnel process that I'm doing on YouTube ads.
So it's a simple process. Maybe I should try that out too instead of a quiz.
Right. I would try out like a value offer. Can you just show like, some type of freebie thing in your space? I don't know what type of value, like if you have a process or a discount or something like that.
Yeah, I'll show you the video we recorded.
Yeah. So, I mean, going back to the keywords, like, once I've imported like one theme, right, and I've got it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the average monthly searches, and I'm going to create a filter, and I'm going to see what I'm working with. So I'm just going to clear these all out and say, okay, all these keywords, the 1,000 plus keywords I just did, what I want is at least 100 searches a month, right? If I get 100 people a month, that's a good amount. So now look at this list. Like all of these, I would consider as potential primary keywords. And it's because mainly you're doing a statewide level where you need enough people in the door. And let's just make sure I got this pasted right.
Would you add all the big keywords together though? So if there's 10 of them, would you add all 10 of them together?
Right. So you're going to put, you want to have 15 to 20 keywords normally. That's the sweet spot. And that's actually what Google advises on YouTube and Google. So that's not coming from me. That's coming directly from Google.
Really?
Yeah. So 15 to 20 keywords is the sweet spot. Obviously, if you can get, 10 to 15 super optimized, then that's the best. But that's, it takes a lot of time. You have to be running the campaigns for months. But like in this simple analysis, right? Like the ones that I would do immediately is I would highlight all the ones now that are high search volume that have high competition. So these guys are all money right here in green because they have high search volume based in your geographic location for statewide campaigns, and they have high conversions. And now I can see like all of these are roughly around less than $12. So in theory, right, the sum of that, right, what's that? Like 100, 200, 300. This is like a 400 person contacts. They're going to watch your videos that should have a high chance of converting to leads or sales for less than $12 a lead. So
makes sense.
So I would go and like take this. So I'm going to save this for you as like a solar example. And let me just make sure you have this.
I've tried some of those keywords already too before, but the problem is I think maybe it's because of my survey when I was trying, but now that I got that new survey, I haven't tried it yet. So I'm going to have to try it. Actually, did I try it? I might have tried it. I don't know, but I got to see.
Ooh, I need to make a copy.
Could be like you said, click-through rate. Could be how many clicks do you think you should be getting a lead? Like how many clicks should be like going through, do you think?
I mean, you definitely want thousands. But in your case, you're doing
thousands.
Yeah, I mean, but that's for like, really scalable YouTube ads, but you're statewide. So I would say, you need hundreds, YouTube ads analysis.
Yeah, one day I got like 64 clicks and like, I think was it 4 leads or something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sure. Because I mean, I saw what you're spending. You're spending something over $1,000. I have a client right now where we're spending $2,000 and we're getting roughly around 800, 700 leads a week. You have this now. I just shared it with you in our call. You can edit it. I would take these keywords and definitely test these and see what that does. So I think now the only other thing I want to just show you with this is like, do those buckets of different themes that you think are like more simplistic keywords, like 2 words, 1 words that are more like broad search so you can get enough search volume. Right. And then what I would say from there is like, yeah, affinity and placements. But for keyword, the other thing that you could do is like your big competitor, right? So I don't know if you've done this yet, but who's the competitor? You said Solar Exclusive?
Solar Exclusive, yep.
So Solar Exclusive, I can get results for what they're advertising for. And so,
really?
Yeah. So like, I want to just make sure that this is the right website.
Let me see if I can find it too.
I just want to make sure this is the right one.
Oh, yep.
Okay, cool. So like I can get that and see what they're doing in that location. I probably would rather not get it like this because I don't know how accurate that data is. I'd probably just, if I'm doing competitor research for keywords, I would just type in their website and see what comes up. See, now I feel like this is like legit data because I know that these are being searched more.
Wait, this will tell you what they're targeting?
So this is what this is showing me is this is 46 keywords that potentially at some point people have hit Solar Exclusive's website by searching for these keywords. That's what this information is. So like maybe for you, if Solar Exclusive was such a big company, maybe one of the keywords you might want to target is exclusive solar leads. Or look at this one.
That's crazy.
Lead generating companies.
How did you find that one?
Solar lead.
How did you find it?
Like the way that you do this is you just go to where I was in keywords, but you do start with a website and you put whatever competitor that you want to research to see. Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah.
Right. So I would just say
this guy has over 700 solar clients and he's like all doing YouTube ads. That's why I was like, this is crazy.
Right. So that's another thing I would say. So I'll just put that in your bucket, right? So this is all the solar exclusive keywords that Google's giving me that I know people have searched this to hit their website for whatever reason. So I would just download that CSV. Now, not all of these are relevant, like generating lead. I don't know why 60,000 people.
Weird, right?
Right. That's like some anomaly where you need to go through the data and look at all of these and just say, okay, does this keyword, is it relevant? Right? Like you and I both know, okay, 1,000 people a month searching for solar exclusive website and they're searching for solar lead. Okay, we might understand that, right? But so I mean,
he was running inbound. He was running inbound ads on YouTube for a while, so that could be why it's like that. You know what I mean? Like basically, it has those like weird keywords.
Right. And that's where you just you have to go through this process manually, in my opinion. There's not a robot, in my opinion, that can do this yet. I think there is a strategy of a human, like interpreting the data and looking at the keywords and being like, do the keywords make sense? You know? And so like, I would just come in here and take the solar exclusive and then import that data. And now I have another list that I'm kind of analyzing now. So import that. I'd come in here with the dollars. I don't need this. And then just filter the monthly like I did and see like, you know, what's the most, and then look at the competition again. It's clear.
It's weird how like all these solar look like inbound ad leads. Basically, like you would be targeting solar owners or work with you. You know what I mean?
Right. And so that's where like, you know, I don't know. There's obviously maybe there's other solar marketing companies out there that are doing that, you know? Okay. So this is like the sweet list. And now I'm saying like solar lead, that doesn't make sense. Leads company, that doesn't make sense. Generate leads. These are all like lead generation things. So none of this makes sense, right?
No, it makes sense. Yeah.
Right. So that's the process that you want to go through with your competitors, because some of them are going to make sense and some of them are not, but you might find a golden nugget is what I'm trying to tell you in that. Right. Like
one golden nugget that they're using.
Right. Like, and solar exclusive is just one competitor example. Like if I wasn't searching like the volume, if I really was like questioning it like you are, where you're like, oh, okay, there's got to be something in here. I might actually manually, because there's only 60 of them, and just see, is there anything in here? You know?
I have a website actually. Maybe you can try this website. There was a client I used to have on Facebook ads. And he said he was running with Solar Exclusive. I wonder if we can look up his website, because Solar Exclusive is running their ads with this guy. His name is sparksolar.us. See if you can look up that for me really quick.
Sparks Solar?
With no S at the end of the Sparks. Like just Spark Solar. .us. Sorry about that.
.us.
Yeah, and then maybe you could put that in the keyword planner and see what keywords that like people are going at his website. That might make more sense. You know what I mean? Because this actual solar company that's running the ads with his stuff.
Solar install, that would make more sense. There you go. Boom.
Oh yeah.
That's all locations though.
Good thing I remember. My memory shot too. Good thing I remember that.
So I would take this again as a competitor, right? Or as a workaround, creative idea that you just kind of came up with. Put that into a tab. And then import it.
So does YouTube, like, if they're not running any ads, it's going to be blank, right? They're not going to show any keywords.
Exactly. So that's also powerful, because then you can kind of know who's running ads and who's not, you know?
Do you know how to search for competitors?
Yeah.
Like, do you know any like good like websites that like basically like spy on competitors' ads? Or can you show me like maybe some ads, like other solar ads or something like that?
Sure. Yeah. What was I trying to finish here?
The one I was using, I don't know. I was researching because they gave one in the group in the course.
Okay. So you get that whole process now of like another way to think about your keyword research. Does that make sense at least? Like, because it is interesting for me to hear all these other people telling you completely different stuff than I am, but do you kind of see where I'm at? Like my thinking a little bit?
No, I like your research. Like, you know how to like find, like get deep in, dig in, you know what I mean?
Right. I'm about the data and the research for sure. That's why I'm getting really good results, because I really dig into the keyword research.
Like I learned a couple things from you. Was spreading that column over and basically searching the website keyword. That's incredible.
Right.
Like that could be the golden nugget.
Right.
Now, one thing I need to know is if I can spy on these competitors and find their surveys and see what Solar Exclusive is running. Because I can find Spark Solar's survey, I can duplicate that and put my own twist on it and then run that. Because that guy supposedly he's getting a ton of leads and he's getting his retention rate has been with Solar Exclusive for a long time because they're getting good results.
Right. So like the only thing I would see from here, like if you saw a golden nugget, in the solar space, do you feel like solar panels off grid would be a relevant keyword for you?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. So that's like a golden nugget, right? Like you would have come to this conclusion as, hey, this might be a good keyword because every month 1,600 people are turning into sales and it's $5 a lead.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So like,
and you think he's adding all of these into one campaign, like all these solar keywords into one campaign?
I mean, it looks like from what we found, he's focusing a lot on Texas and Arizona. And for whatever reason, that probably makes sense. I guess Texas and Arizona get a lot of sun.
Yeah. Makes sense, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, Facebook ads for Arizona sucks for solar. It's crazy. It's like $40 per lead. It's terrible.
Yeah. So this is the process. You've got this. I shared it with you. So I'll turn off my screen share, but that's kind of like basic keyword research. I think go through that, get some higher search volume, and try to see if that helps with your click-through rate. See if your click-through rate gets up to 1% at that point. If you get over 1%, well, now you're going to start to get a lot of traction.
Perfect. So I have to focus. So what if it's not under 1%, does that mean it's just a keyword, or it could mean the video too?
It could mean the video. So I think the next thing is like we have 23 minutes where I can go over like your actual video and maybe look at your landing page and give you some feedback on that. If that's kind of what you want to do at the time.
Yeah, we can do that. And also if we have like 5 minutes at the end, is there any way you can show me how to spy on competitors?
Yeah, for sure. I can show you that too.
All right, cool. Just give me like 2 seconds. So right now I'm going to the video. So let me get to the video really quick. This is good stuff. Is there any way I can like get the video here?
Yeah, I actually have recorded this training. So like if you want the video of this after, I think that would be good for you.
Awesome. Perfect. That'd be great if you can send that to me. Awesome.
Yeah.
And do I just click this to like show you the video?
Yeah, you can click on the keyword that's blue solar video at the top. Yep. Oh, you had it. Yep. Right there. Solar video. There. Yep. Yeah, that's the video. Perfect. And then you can click YouTube if you want on the right to make it bigger.
YouTube on the right. All right, perfect.
If you're a homeowner that pays $90 or more each month to the energy company, then watch this video, because if that's the case, you could be wasting $5,000 or more year after year without even knowing it. I'm going to tell you how you can not only cut your energy bill in half, but also how you can do it with $0 out of pocket with no chance of your energy rates ever going up, putting thousands of dollars back in your wallet every year. As you've probably noticed, your power company keeps raising their rates just like they have been year after year. And unfortunately, that's not stopping anytime soon. You're already overpaying, and the rates are only going up from here. Not to mention the fact that you could still have a power outage, leaving you and your family without electricity for days, completely at the mercy of the utility provider. We've helped thousands of homeowners take control of their power by making the switch to solar. It's more reliable, more efficient, and most importantly, more cost-effective than any other option out there. And on average, our customers save $6,000 per year with solar, allowing them to go on another vacation, pad their savings, or just have more freedom in their lives in general. To make these savings even more exciting, though, we're also going to give each new customer a check for $1,000 just for making the switch. So if you own a home and you want to know more about how to make the switch to solar with $0 out of pocket, so you can start saving money immediately, claim that $1,000 bonus check, and take advantage of the federal tax credits, then click the link below and we'll schedule your no-cost estimate so we can show you exactly how much you can save by making the switch. Click the link below to start the savings process now.
Okay, cool. I mean, he's very well spoken and like kind of authentic.
I had a script from a guy who was a YouTube expert too, and he gave me that script that we basically used for the white label client.
Yeah. Well, so my big thing with the video on my end is you don't have a call to action until the end of the video. So you're waiting almost 90 seconds before somebody can take action. We just looked at your videos view rate. I think if you want to go back and look at your view rate, like how much do they watch the video for? They're probably only watching 20 to 30% of the video is what I saw in the data. So what that means is you need to layer maybe potentially like at the CTA, like right around here, like right around this 30-second mark. Because the other thing is if you're running in-stream ads, then you don't pay until they hit the 30-second mark. And so like you want to kind of frame your ad.
I'm running video ads. Wait, which one is it?
Yeah, let's maybe open that up if you want to go back to that. Yeah, so if you want to go through the process real quick, is that what you're trying to do, like a new campaign?
Yeah, so what I do is I go to leads and then I click video.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that's correct. Okay.
And then continue, and then it's in-stream ads. Yeah, so it's video. Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, that's what I'm running for all of these.
Okay. Yeah, and so that's where like yeah, all that's right then. What I'm trying to say in that is like if it's an in-stream ad, again, they don't pay until they watch at least 30 seconds. But if you look at your data right now where it says view rate, that's how much on those videos the average person is watching of that video. The video is 1 minute and 25 seconds, right?
Wow.
So what is that? That's like, let's do the math on it real quick. That's 90 times 0.2 is 18 seconds people are watching of this video. So in the first 18 seconds,
that's terrible.
In the first 18 seconds of the video, you know, does that mean that they're ready to click through and go to your landing page? And in your copy there, like, or in your script, you don't deliver your go to my landing page until 1 minute and 24. And what's the percentage of people that are even getting to that point? Probably 1 to 5, percent, right? Like very small percent of people.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So I would say you need to figure out at the 20-second mark to 30-second mark, right? If that's where people are dropping off, you need to deliver your call to action at the 20 to 30-second timestamp.
Oh, really? So you think it's not the video being bad, it's more about delivering before?
I think it's having two. You have a call to action at the 30-second mark of the video, and you have a call to action at the end of the video. Because not everyone's going to watch the video through. And isn't the goal of running the ad, in your opinion, to get people to click through, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So,
that makes sense.
And your click-through rate is low right now. So that tells me that people are not clicking through. If you're only getting 0.64%, that's a very low click-through rate.
And these are the other ones that I'm getting leads for. Let's see the view rate on these. See, the view rate is 18%. You think this is average, though?
Yeah, that's the average.
Oh, it is average then.
Right.
Okay.
So you take those metrics as like the timestamps when people stop watching your video, and they're either leaving your video to go elsewhere, or they are hopefully clicking through to go to your website. And if we're looking at the click-through rate, we already know it's not good. So that's a room for improvement, I think, with your video ad, test it. Like, I'm not saying it's going to work, but I'm saying why not try it looking at the data, right?
Because all the data basically is, that's exactly what it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Have someone, because they get too lazy to watch the whole video. They could just go have a call to action, just click the button right away.
Right. And another thing that you could do too, when you do the button thing, actually have an arrow or something in the video that points to if you're watching on a mobile or desktop. And that would be another thing to look at, is if you want to go into your devices. There it is, devices. Yeah, so another thing you want to pay attention to is are you getting all your leads from mobile or desktop? So I would filter it by mobile and look at that. and see what your numbers look like there. So for conversions, just go to conversions on the right and go to the top and click on it like I showed you how to filter it where it shows the most conversions at the top. So I look at your mobile phone, and your mobile phones are getting double the amount of conversions. So maybe, so maybe I would optimize like for more mobile spend than desktop, because you're getting more conversions.
To cut down the cost, right?
Right. I mean, I don't know, your conversion rate is better, but you're getting more conversions. So I think the goal for you is just in the beginning of your YouTube ads, you need to just get as many conversions as possible.
100%.
Yeah.
The view rate is crazy though. It looks like all the same. You know what I mean? It's around 20% for both videos.
Right. So that's where I'm saying, like, I think that's an easy win for a better click-through rate. I think the messaging was really good, but you didn't show any text. That could be something too, where you could have just, like, from the video side of it, like creative side of it, you could have put like a text on that screen or layered on text, a very simple video editing there where you're just saying, claim your $1,000 bonus, so that, because there's things that people remember in videos, right? What are those things? They remember stories, they remember characters, they remember like being surprised or whatever, but they also remember numbers. And he mentioned so many numbers in that video that I couldn't tell you all of those numbers. That was the first time I ever watched your video. But what number stood out to me is I could get $1,000 bonus if I signed up with him, right?
Makes sense.
So I think that's like, you know, your big value offer, and that needs to be communicated. So then I think the next thing, like for your video, I don't think there's obviously, like, if you wanted to set up another call with me. So that's what Kevin did with me, just so you know. He spent his hour with me just writing a script for a video. But I gave but I gave you like some minor things there for your video that I think you could test, like putting some text on the video, putting a call to action at the 30-second mark, trying that out and see if it helps. And I think the last thing would be just showing people like, you know, what to expect next. Like you could show the website after at the end there. Like he could say, click the link below, and then maybe at the end of the video, you have like a timer that's going down and you're showing somebody filling out the landing page or whatever. So you're kind of showing the customer in that journey, like, hey, you see my video ad. If you watched my whole video, this is what you should do next. You should click on my ad and you should go to this landing page, and this is exactly how you should fill out this landing page. It's like you're giving them that next step. Then they go to the landing page, and I think that's maybe where we should spend like the last 10 minutes with your competitors. By let's look at your landing page just to see what does that look like. Script though, what I'm saying, and like have like some of that stuff that matches up. All that social proof's good, but also first name. Is there a reason why you're just doing first name, or do you keep going through? Like there's multiple steps here.
There's multiple steps, so I can go through it.
So normally what I do, just so you know, I would not have a landing page like this. I would have a landing page that has, instead of where you have first name, I would have just a button there. And I would have that
a button?
Yeah, just a big button that they click on, so that they click through to fill out a form. And then it's just a simple form. I mean, if you want to keep your slide thing, that's fine. But I actually do a button first on a landing page that's like the big landing page, and it's got all the proof or whatever. And then the next stage in the funnel is just a simple form. So you could test that if you want to test a new landing page, just because that's what I'm doing.
So basically you're saying it's not like, you know how I have the survey thing like this? It's basically not like this. It's more like all the questions are on one page after you click the button. They fill it out and that's it.
It's just a button there, and then once they click the button, it's just a form. That's it. That's the change here. So I
know exactly what that is.
Yeah, so that's a pretty.
You think it's easier for them to fill that out? You think it's better?
I don't know. I think the problem with this is like they see first name, and it's like that's a very kind of a weird form. Like, how many forms are you filling out personally on the internet with just a first name field box?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird. You know, it's kind of like, what is this? Is this a shady company? Like, what is this spam? Kind of a little bit. And a button makes them more committed. And psychologically, people like to click buttons.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
And then a form, if you keep it simple, right? If it's just the next page after this is a form, it's also very simple. It's like first name, last name, email, phone number, and they're asking my city because they want to know what city they're going to service me in or something like that. And that would make sense if I really wanted your value offer, which your value offer seems pretty good. You have $1,000 like bonus. That should get somebody like, on average to convert. If that's, if they're going to be investing in solar, that's a good value offer.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, I think like you've got a lot of stuff that I gave you in this call. And I think the last thing is the competitor search. So like what I would do for that is you can go to your keyword document that I shared with you. If you want to open up your email and open up that spreadsheet, or I can share my screen. It's the last thing that you really wanted to see, which is pretty simple. It's just taking your keywords that we kind of went through. So that primary keywords, and now like taking some of these and going to YouTube. And this is how I think about this for placement campaigns too, is I just take the keyword and I already know that YouTube ads are being run on discovery ads here at the top. And so you can kind of
that's not the type of ads that we run though. The ones we run are more in the video, right?
Right. But there are people running discovery ads. So that should be something that should tell you that, it might be a good idea to test that. Because this discovery is think of it as Google search, right? Like this is Google ads, but just on YouTube really. But the in-stream, right, is when I search for this, and now I watch one of these videos that's probably got a lot of subscribers. So this one's got 2 million views. I would guarantee there's going to be a solar ad. Let's see.
I've tried that before, but no solar ad ever show up for me every time I do it.
Boom. Here's an ad.
Weird.
Constant Contact is advertising, but it's not a solar-related ad, so no good.
That's what's been happening to me when I look up solar. It's so weird.
If you can't find an example in-stream ad, what you can do is you can see these discovery ads. So like I know that this one of these is probably like happysolar.com. This is an example landing page, at least for direction of like a landing page. Littleton, Colorado. There you go, Colorado.
You think these guys are getting solar leads for their solar company? That's why they're running these?
Get a free estimate. This looks like getting solar in Denver, Colorado to me, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So this is an example of a competitor. They just gave me a discovery ad on YouTube that was this crazy long landing page, and they had get a free estimate at the very top in this video. And then it took me straight to a free estimate, which was a simple form: first name, email, phone number, address, and then some other kind of maybe qualifying.
In discovery ads, you don't even need a video, right?
Discovery ads, you do need a video. Yes, you're still using a video. They are actually like finding it in the search results based on the video that they're searching for. But so those are some examples like there, and like that's how I go about looking at competitor ads is literally just taking the keywords that I know advertisers are bidding on, because then I know that if they're spending a lot of money on those or they cost a lot of money.
I see exactly what you're saying.
So I just plug all those.
You're going to type it into the keyword research.
Right. And I'm just going to go through it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the Google Keyword Planner research and I'm plugging that into YouTube. And then I'm going and I'm clicking on all the videos on the first page of YouTube search results. And those should show me all of your competitors' YouTube ads.
I like that. Awesome.
Yeah, man. So I feel like I could have taught a masterclass or something today. I feel like we covered a lot today.
Yeah, we did. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm going to implement some of these things and we'll see what happens. Hopefully it works good. If it works good, then I can start taking off with this.
Cool, man. Well, I always really appreciate anybody that, I say that if you found value in the call, like if you have anyone in your white label group or something, like if you found value out of today's call, man, I would really appreciate like a referral or a recommendation to somebody else that you think I can help.
For sure. If I see anyone that needs it, I'll definitely send them your way for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, you have the spreadsheet. I shared it with you to your email, and as soon as I end this call, I'll send you the recording of this video so you have it. And I wish the best of luck with you, man. And at least let me know how it goes with some of the things I gave you. Let me know if your campaigns perform, just out of curiosity. You know, obviously I hope that I helped you to get better. You know.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. I think so. It's going to be a lot of work because I actually got a few more clients coming in for YouTube ads because I'm crazy. Like I know that it's not perfect, but I'm taking on clients as quick as possible.
Right.
So I'm trying to make sure everything works so the whole thing doesn't fall apart, you know?
Yeah. Well, hey man, like I said, I'm in the YouTube space too. So that's another opportunity, like, you know, focus on what you got going on. But if you get to the point where you have so many YouTube clients, like that's what we do too. We do YouTube ads for our clients, and like if you want to white label with us, that we do offer that to other agencies.
If I get this thing, I can take off easily because people are needing YouTube ads. Like it's something so huge right now that if I can learn this, I'm going to skyrocket my agency. It's going to be like to the roof.
Yeah, well, solar power too, that seems like a really good vertical to target. So best of luck to you, man. Hopefully, like I said, like hopefully I just hope that you got value out of this. I wish you the best of luck with everything.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'll hit you up soon. Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Book a YouTube strategy call with me, Benjamin Kepner, CEO of Global Social Media Marketing.